Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to our latest segment where we spotlight the half-court offense of your favorite team, what they run in. Today, we're all about the mayor, Fred Hoiberg, and the Chicago Bulls. One holdover from Hoiberg's college days is this sideline weave that starts with the handoff from the point guard to the wing, then another handoff to the big trailing. They love to reverse it back to the top to get pick and roll action, a nice way to get some movement, spread the defense a little, then attack. They like to utilize the pass back to the top after the weave and attack the defense with the ball screen often, but you can see that if they don't get anything quick, it does stagnate as the clock winds down, even though they do get a nice backdoor cut and wide open corner three. And certainly it's not a bad way to get Dwyane Wade involved. If you want him running the pick and roll, make sure he's the one getting the first handoff at the wing. Here, he gets his patented mid-range going after the snake dribble, then hopping into the shot. Hoiberg has some triangle influence out of this set, where they run blind pig with the weak side big flashing underneath the guard. I like the flow on this one as it turns into another handoff, then pick and roll, for what should have been an easy 2 points. This blind pig action could also just turn into a pick and roll if the guard on top doesn't cut through. And Wade will surely feast on isolations here, yet it's these inefficient shots that make it a problem for the offense. And the ball doesn't have to reverse back to the top. The big man could decide to go back to the point guard for a little two-man game that will hopefully yield better results than this. The Bulls also run basic motion weak, triggered when the point guard passes to the wing, then makes a shallow cut to receive the ball on the other side. This triggers flex action down low as they cross screen for Lopez and then screen the screener as Butler gets the pin down from Gibson. This flows into a high pick and roll and an eventual bucket for the roll man, Robin Lopez. Rondo gets a little loose with his shallow cut, but I like how they cross screen for Gibson and he just sprints to the ball to set the pick. They find Mirotic wide open for the 3-ball, and he gets 3 free throws. The spacing and timing are still a little bit off, forcing ball handlers to wait for the specific cutter to get open. And while this got pretty stagnant once the ball gets to the left wing, they still find an opening along the baseline and make the Celtics pay. One of their bread and butter attacks is to get Wade down low on the block, and the main way they do this is to pass it to him, have him reverse it, and shuffle cut him off the Lopez screen to the right block. This gives him the freedom to make a move, and it appears his teammates won't cut since they know he's just going to shoot it. Wade can make this into a high post catch if the defense does a good job to take away his path to the block, and more evidence that he's determined to shoot it out of this set. If they don't go to him down low, they can swing the ball back out on top, and Taj tries to find an opening, but Amir Johnson ultimately thwarts this attempt until the Celtics can get it back. Horns is also represented quite a bit in their offense, and they initiate with a high post entry. Rondo cuts to the strong side while Butler gets the weak side pin down. You'll see a lot of pin down in the pick and roll in Hoiberg sets, and this gets a good drive and kick for corner 3. Even simpler, Rondo runs the same thing, and they get the open 3-ball from Butler off the screen on an easier pass. Wade will initiate with a pick and roll out of this often, and the good spacing allows for penetration with the pass and a nice finish by McDermott. And they also have high horns, the double phalanx for the ball out top, and this leads to a Mirotic 3 from way downtown. One set I do like is this guard-to-guard pass that triggers a double staggered screen for the weak side coming out on top. The big then sprints up to the top to set a ball screen, and the idea is that there's room to attack the paint. It hasn't been that effective yet, but Taj is able to make something out of nothing, hitting this tough shot. Like we said earlier, the pin down in the ball screen is right out of Hoiberg's college playbook, but there's some spacing issues when Taj comes over, bringing his man needlessly into help position, and Butler can't finish. They ran this little action on the right side while setting up the open corner 3 on the left. The screen in the left block was very effective, and Michael Carter-Williams hits a rare outside shot. And another set that caught my eye, here's elevator for their shooter McDermott, where he cuts under the hoop, then slides through the double screen right as his teammates close the doors to get him an open look from 3. So there you have it, sports fans. There's a little glimpse into what they run in Chicago Bulls style. I want to wish the Cubs a huge congratulations for winning the World Series for the first time in 108 years. I've been cheering for the Cubbies since I was aware of the roar of the crowd in Wrigley in my own backyard. As for the Bulls, I'm concerned that their offense doesn't generate enough easy looks, and the success they've had so far has been predicated on being tough shot makers, which normally doesn't sustain itself over the course of several months. So I'm willing to say they will not maintain their ranking of third place in offensive rating as the season wears on.